Okay, so I wanted to come on because I was having these thoughts in the bathroom. Okay, so for the people who don't know, there's a lot of shit going on with the clones and everything else. I already said go look at that Megan 2.0 shit. That's happening. That's what they're doing. Okay, not only with the robots but with clones. So about the clones, Elon has multiple clones, okay? And I think they said he has like 4 or 5, okay? 6 is what they're saying. I don't know, 4 or 5 or 6, whatever. So those clones were programmed with a certain mission, right? Just like they supposedly did to me, okay? With me being wherever in different countries and shit for military reasons. Okay, so my thought process is if the original Elon, which is dead already, supposedly, and he's already in a 20-year-old body's upload, right? They put him over there. And he's basically living a life with me as a 20-year-old, 26-year-old. Okay, they're separate, right? That's him living his life, his real life, because that's him. He died and they put him in that. So the other clone that was supposed to replace him and his job and like have another life, the one that like to move on, which was when he died, because he was already older, right? It was 5 years ago. So when he died, they used his soul, they took out his soul and they put it in the 20-year-old's body. And then this vessel, the old vessel, got some other kid they said yes, another kid got put into his frame. So then he continued to live his life. But mind you, before they did that, they programmed it. They programmed it to follow what he wanted, which was, I guess, to meet me because whatever they were doing with me, and then to basically have a life with me, whatever, like and die, carry out the rest of our mission, life, whatever. So then here comes these women that he was attached to already, by the way, his baby mamas and a lover. Okay, they were already there. But when he got programmed, he was supposed to be programmed to where, I don't know if they program him non-existent. No, they program him not to deal with them. They said yes, just to, I guess take care of the kids or whatever, but just to stay with me. So in that research, people need to really pay attention, especially with those ones that are in the military. Pay attention, because if anybody or anything was able to change that program that was put in him, because now he came to me and said, because he did what he was supposed to, right? Actually, I came to him because certain things were happening, and then whatever. So we met in the spiritual realm, okay? And then next thing you know, he started pursuing and doing whatever was supposed to be meant to be. It started a little bit sooner than it had to. And maybe that was the problem. That doesn't even matter at the end of the day, because if you were programmed, you were programmed. It was only supposed to be that, no matter how much time frame it would have been. Okay? So anyways, these people, go ahead and get your notepads, because I know you are. Okay, and then so this man, then these women that were already attached to him, by the way, because like I said, they're baby mamas, they had to deal with him. They basically use spell work to be able to bamboozle or control this man. So basically he's like a puppet, and he's doing whatever they want. So in my head, I'm thinking like, if there are military whatever, how the fuck can anybody just come around and then just reprogram him? So no matter what the fuck you do or say, like I had explained the other day, well, maybe not. Basically what I said is, if somebody dies and in their will they say this, this, and this, and then all of a sudden the upload come in and said, you know what, no, I changed my mind. Now there's more people in the mix, so now I'm gonna go ahead and distribute over here like this. Who is in charge of that? Like who, you know what I mean? Like the original one that before he died, he said this? I'm assuming because it was him, right? These new things are new. They jumped in the body. They got someone else's soul. So it shouldn't make, decisions like that. Okay, but this decision right here changes humanity, because there was a reason why certain things were programmed, right? And I'm talking about the same thing with the bots over there in the military, because if the enemy grabs your bot or your clone and then reprograms it to come and attack you, because that's what it did. That's what it did. It basically, yes, it did. These people that were puppeting it in the background started attacking me, and they were telling it, the Elon here, to come and attack me. And they could say, oh yeah, it's all for research this and research that. This man is doing all these things in the background that he should not be doing, that was not programmed in him. So at the end of the day, you have proven how broken your system is. It's broken. Anybody could come and just dangle some pussy, or mind you, he's a bot. He's a bot, bitch, or he's a clone. So you would assume like, okay, well, we're going to program him not to be a sex addict, not to be this, not to be that. And then, like I said, then here you go now with all these things happening, and then you prove it wrong. So you're proving that this thing has a mind of its own, and it doesn't give a fuck what you say. So it's the same thing with the AI. Every fucking thing that you put in now says, no, that's not it. Those are for the robots themselves. You create it, you want it to do this, and it could do something totally different, bitch. It makes up its own mind. So do these clones, even if you try to program them. So at the end of the day, the answer is the same. You're fucked regardless. You're not going to get what you want. And you keep bringing in the same people, or you could say they're not the same. They're not, because it's the vessel is there, but not the inside. The inside might be more corrupt, might not be corrupt. Even though you say you're able to maneuver it, it overrides itself, or other people can. So this here, you're basically proving that magic is kind of like magic is working what the robots themselves are doing with digital codes and shit. That's what that is. They're manipulating shit. So just like magic manipulates shit, with hocus pocus, whatever, so do the numbers. So that's your answer right there. Magic and numbers. And at the end of the day, Elon here, the other one, whatever one, had combined them together, because that's what they're doing. The world is doing that. They're using both numbers and magic together to get what the fuck they want. And the outcome is shit. And I've been telling you, you dummies, that. But you don't listen. You don't pay attention. By the time you bitches pay attention, like now, they're already opening up their eyes and shit is already hitting the fan. Like I said, watch that Megan 2.0 shit. They created some shit. Then they're not able to control it because it starts uploading itself, or it starts whatever. And now you're not able to control it. In that movie, it said that the people who created it were dead. This thing was mad that it got created the way it did and went off and killed every fucking one of them. So military shit, pay attention. Like I said, or another country could go ahead and just rewrite your bot. All they got to do is what? Reprogram it. All they got to do here to a clone is manipulate it, because it's a weak individual, and pull it from its purpose, just like you have done with original people that are not cloned. It's the same thing. So everybody needs to open their fucking eyes. If you're not a clone yet, you better watch out, because they want you to be a clone. They want you in order to control you and sway you from your path. So either it's you doing it yourself because you're like, I don't want to do the work. I just want to just live, while they throw money in my face. Shit like that. Or it's because they're using magic. Like in my case, they're using magic and they're using technology. They're attacking me from both sides. And then here in the background, they're, living their best life. Are you really? Because you're making a whole bunch of bots that are going to make the same mistake as you. You've showed us that you're a weak individual. Now, I know a person who their life was uploaded, but certain little things were not. And they were like, nah, okay? Here we go with the swaying, though. Because even though you're programmed, don't ever go back to that. Don't ever have that thought again. It did on its own. Like, if you put it in the same scenario, that goes for all of you bitches. When you're in a whole cluster of dirty bitches and men, it's like that apple, and then it rots itself again. Because if you, but in a good way or in a bad way, however, because if they deleted a certain thing that you did, and you're like, I'm never gonna do that again, I'm gonna go pay for that erasion shit, right? Is what they call it. And next thing you know, you're clear. You're like, oh, I don't know, I forgot, I don't know none of that shit. Then you're around the people that are continuing to live that lifestyle. Next thing you know, you're doing the same thing all over again. So this person got uploaded. Certain things were deleted in his life. And then he's following the same, or he was following the same. Actually, he kind of is, bitch. Because, you know, he says no, but you kind of are. If you're doing the same pattern with the same people. And that means sex-wise. That means drug-wise. That means alcohol-wise. Blah, blah, blah. So if your outcome, let's say in the first life was, I don't know, you got sick and then they uploaded you, and then, okay, in this life, you're not going to get sick if you make different decisions, right? Because you should be able to, because now they wiped it out, but then you didn't. You continued the cycle. So you're basically going to the same ending. Okay, that's how that is. So yeah, I'm going to start a new video because I got more on that.